Did you know that heart disease is the #1 killer in America today? Heart disease, #1 killer. In fact, someone dies from heart disease every single 33 seconds in America today. It's obviously a huge issue and it needs to be addressed. Hi, my name is Shan Stratton, and as owner of Restore Health Plus, we try and take topics like this and address them and break them down into a very simple 5, 6, 7 minute video once a week. This week, we want to talk about just that, cardiovascular disease. It's killing us. And then if you take it a step further and you incorporate things like blood pressure in there with it and blood sugar levels and things like that, we have what's called metabolic syndrome that is quickly killing Americans every single day. And here at Restore Health Plus, we believe that it starts on the inside and works out rather than the outside and work in. And what I mean by that is most of the time when someone has some cholesterol and or triglyceride issues, which gives you cardiovascular disease risks, that comes with a weight issue. Most of the time, people address their weight loss from weight loss clinics or weight loss programs. And folks, let me share with you that the second largest weight loss program in the world, in history, has a weight gain of 6 pounds after 1 year. They don't work. They address the short term. They're usually from a stimulant that tries to burn something, synthetically, or they try and just starve you to death so that you eat yourself away, basically. That is not the way to do it. When we talk about heart disease, we're talking about internally starting in the actual arteries, capillaries, veins. When your arteries have things called cholesterol and triglycerides, those are two different forms of fat. When they are not broken down and we have excess of them floating in our blood, then they start to group together and create plaque, atherosclerotic plaque, which increases your risk of a heart attack, a stroke, something of that sort. And again, it's a #1 killer in America today. So we went about saying, how do we address that reduction? Goes back to the thing that we've taught for many, many years. If you followed me, you've always known that I talk about nutrient utilization is more important than nutrient consumption. When you consume a food, if it's not broken all the way down into a usable form, it's going to cause you some issues and cannot be utilized or burned. Well, fats in particular, if they're not raw, so if you're not eating a ton of, say, avocados, raw nuts, sushi, things like that, then almost all of your fat consumption is a cooked or processed form that comes into the body without the enzymes, because you cooked it, to digest that fat. The undigested versions or forms of that fat are known as cholesterol and triglycerides. Undigested cholesterol, undigested triglycerides cause a huge increase in cardiovascular risk. So we say, okay, what is it then that digests that cholesterol, digests that fat? And it's very simple. It's fat digesting enzymes, basically known as lipases. Those lipase enzymes are in all raw fat. Why do you think that many of the, say, the Eskimos, they have the lowest risk of heart disease of any group of people in the world? They eat a ton of raw fat, high enzymes in those fats. So we created a product called Metabolic Restore. We launched that product 2 months ago, and the results have been phenomenal. There are some people that are losing large amounts of weight, but there are also other people, which in my opinion is just as, if not more important, because we're starting internally. There are other people that are saying, hey, my cholesterol, my triglycerides are finally coming down after years of having those risks, those scares, those worries, my atherosclerotic plaque, things like that. We have to digest cholesterol before it can be burned. We have to digest triglycerides before it can be burned. So we created a product, again, Metabolic Restore. You can find it on our website, restorehealthplus.com, focuses high quantity of lipase groups of enzymes to digest those fats in particular. It addresses specifically cardiovascular risk. In fact, here's one report. If you get our emails, you saw this report earlier today. It went out in an email. If you didn't, make sure you go to restorehealthplus.com, sign up, make sure you get our emails so that you can see stuff like this. But this individual is someone that I know very, very, very well, very healthy person, okay, doesn't eat much fat at all, exercises, does that kind of stuff, but really under some heavy stress. Anyway, he reported that when this product came out, we had him go and get some blood work done. So 2 months ago, almost exactly 2 months ago, went and got his blood work done, and the blood work came back with high cholesterol, high triglycerides. Almost every one of the LDL was low, the HDL was high, all of those types of things. I'm sorry, the HDL was low and the LDL was high. But as an example, cholesterol, when it gets when it gets over 200, it is a cardiovascular risk. His was at 229, okay? Borderline high, but still high. His triglycerides, though, were 347. When it gets over 150, you have a cardiovascular risk. And triglycerides really start turning into that that atherosclerotic plaque that really increases that risk of a stroke, heart attack, that type of thing. Exactly 1 or 2 months ago, so it was on September 17th, all of this report, he went and got the blood work, all of it came back. The lipid panel, all the others was good. The lipid panel, which is just the fats, were high on the bad stuff, low on the good stuff. 1 month later, October 16th, again, you can see this report on the email, so you can reference it exactly, but 1 month to the day later, after going on our protocol of high fat digesting enzymes that has high, what's called green coffee bean, has shown to reduce cholesterol, increase body fat breakdown, and burning. 1 month, 30 days later, his triglycerides, let's go cholesterol. Cholesterol went from 229, which is a cardiovascular risk, all the way down to 169. That's in the normal range. 229 to 169 with cholesterol, that reduced his risk significantly. More so, triglycerides. This is the one that just floored me. His triglycerides was at 347. That's scary. That's high triglyceride count, high risk factors. Went from 347 to 156. More than half reduction in his cardiovascular risk facts, cholesterol, triglycerides, etc. All of the others, you can see it on the email. I'm not going to reference them. But again, this is someone that I know well, and I can tell you that things like stress produces cortisol, and cortisol blocks calcium absorption. Without calcium, your fat cannot be digested. So enzymes break your fat down, but it has to have calcium. So with high stress, cortisol goes up, fat digestion goes down, which means cholesterol, triglycerides go through the roof. If you have stress in your life or have had, if you eat a lot of saturated fats, or if you just eat the average American diet, unfortunately, you consume too much fat in an undigestible form. Our protocol with the Metabolic Restore, we have some berberine in there. You can see the protocol on our website, restorehealthplus.com. That protocol has already started proving very beneficial. Now, you may not notice it in your weight loss or body figure right up front because, again, we do it different. We start from the inside health factors and work our way out as to where most all your other companies are going to tell you, we're going to get you looking great in 30 or 60 or 90 days, but they do nothing for your actual metabolic health internally. Fat must be digested before it can be burned and utilized. Hopefully that's beneficial for you. Please go check out our website. Our #1 selling pack The Restore Health Pack is the same pack I've taught for years and years and years and years. It's a pack that has all of your vitamins, all of your minerals, your antioxidants, your probiotics, your prebiotics, all of your digestive enzymes, all of it in one single pack for your daily maintenance. Then incorporate this metabolic restore, especially come these holiday seasons when you know you're going to be eating a little bit higher fat foods. Man, take your metabolic restore. Make sure you're putting that fat digesting enzymes back in there when you eat anything that has any type of cooked or processed fat, sugars, triglycerides, anything like that in there. Hopefully that's beneficial. Again, check us out on our website, restorehealthplus.com. We thank you for joining us. We look forward to working for many, many years to come to help educate you and others on how to really restore your health. Thank you and have a great day.